Hey guys, what's going on? It's Aaron and it's back at it again. It's been a minute since I've done this. I haven't posted a pull list in a long while. This last Christmas was just very hectic. I was working all day long. On top of that, I was at school all day long. I had no time, but now I have some time. And I know I said I'm going to keep being a little more consistent with this, and I really am. I'm going to try. I really am. I'm going to try a little more harder than what I did before. I'm going to make more time. I'm going to make more effort into doing more of these videos for you guys, because I know some people are actually starting to really like this. And real quick, guys, before I start, I just want to let you guys know that Leakee episode 4 has officially dropped. It dropped a while back, so if you haven't seen it, then you totally should. Go check it out. I think it's the second last video I posted. Also, if you want to check out my newest highlight reel, my newest demo reel, then that just got uploaded like last week, I believe. Definitely go check that out. Go support your boy. Go share it everywhere. Go share it everywhere. Go show it to all your friends, all your family, everybody. I really appreciate it. Alright, thank you. Now let's get on to this pull list. I just want you guys to be aware that we got a lot of books we're going to be talking about today. So the first book we're going to be talking about is going to be right here, Infinity Wars issue number 6, also the conclusion issue, also the last issue in this whole entire series. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I've stated before, this is not a bad event, but it's not a great event. It's just a really good event. That probably makes no sense. Gary Dugan is the writer of this, and it's been a pretty good series. I've stated before, it's unnecessary. It doesn't really need to happen. The only reason why it's happening is because the Infinity War movie that came out not too long ago, and it's still the same case. My opinion of it has not changed, but this was a very good way to go out on the event. Gary Dugan is actually a great writer. He really is a great writer. Later on, I'm going to be doing an Infinity Countdown and Infinity Wars video, basically covering the whole entire story from beginning to end. Definitely wait for that to come out, because this was a pretty good series. It's very well played out, very well thought out, and well written out. But it ended with I don't want to say a death, but it ended with someone disappearing for a while. It might have been a death. I'm not entirely sure myself. It was a little confusing, but spoiler alert, so if you don't want to find out who, then skip the video in 5, 4. The person that went away or died in this issue was Drax the Destroyer. He sacrificed himself so the heroes plus Gamora could get out of this Infinity Warp's realm that Gamora had made as Requiem. So it was a great way to tip it off. It was a great way to kind of close the seal of the event as a whole. I guess I'm going to be making a video covering this event as well as Infinity Countdown, which both tie in together. But this issue overall, I'd have to give an 8 out of 10. It was a good way to close out an event. It was definitely a good way to close out an event. But the whole entire story, I have to give it 9 out of 10, because it was a really good story. As unnecessary as it was a really good story. Next up, we have Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers issue number 11, but also issue number 701. And as you can see, the She-Hulk and Thor are in somewhat of a relationship. I've said it before that Jason Aaron has been kind of experimenting with this team, and I love this lineup. I love the lineup. I'll say it once again. It's Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, She-Hulk, and then Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. And it's a very legitimate lineup. It seems legit. It seems like, yeah, these are the top dogs here at Marvel. These are the top dogs. This is why they are Earth's mightiest heroes. This is why that they are the Avengers. And for quite some time, ever since the beginning, Hulk and Thor have been kind of flirting with each other. Well, She-Hulk and Thor have been kind of flirting with each other. And it's kind of a fun relationship that's going on. It's not cringy, but it's something that's fun, so to say. Seeing Thor attracted to She-Hulk. I'm definitely intrigued. I'm not excited, but I'm intrigued to see where this relationship is going to go. Is it going to be a mainstay? Is it going to be here for a long time, or is it going to be here for a short time? And also, we are leading up currently to War of the Realms, and it is coming up in 4 months. That is Marvel's newest crossover event that's going to be happening this summer. I am not super excited for it, but let's just see how it goes. I love Jason Aaron's writing. He's been building up to War of the Realms for quite some time through the Thor title, and let's just see how it plays out. But this issue right here, She-Hulk and Thor go on a date, and it's entertaining. It's not funny, but it's entertaining. And then also, Black Panther kind of tries since he's like the new ambassador of the Avengers. I think I could be wrong. He's either the secretary or ambassador of the Avengers. He brings in a bunch of heroes from different countries to kind of keep civil with each other, saying like, yo, just want to let y'all know I got y'all's back if you got our back. You know, we're supposed to be allies in this. And then on top of that, the Avengers are also trying to find where Loki's been since the Infinity Wars event just finished playing out. They're trying to find out where he went. And so, yeah, it's basically what this issue is revolving around. It's a good storytelling standpoint, and it serves its purpose within the Avengers title. But this one I give about an 8 out of 10. Next up, we got going on one of my favorite series, also my favorite hero of all time. You may have guessed it already, but it's Captain America issue number 6. Now, this is supposed to be the conclusion to the current story that's going on called Winter in America, where basically Captain America is fighting against Alexander Lukin's wife. I think it's Alexandria. I totally forgot. And then this other girl named Selene. Now, what I've heard about Selene, she's like some villain from the X-Men universe. I could be wrong, but somehow she found her way into this Captain America comic. Captain America's been fighting against them. In this current story, basically, as Captain America is taking on Selene, Alexandria Lukin, he's also, you know, dealing with the mistrust of America. America doesn't trust him anymore because of the fallout, because of the events that took place during Secret Empire. He was Hydra. You know, Captain America was Hydra. He betrayed the country. He tried taking over the world. And he's dealing with the repercussions of that. And probably I'm going to do a Secret Empire covering video as well, just in case if you're interested on how that's going to go. But also I will leave a link down below to Comicstorian's review and basically his telling of the Secret Empire story. He does it the best. Shout out to Comicstoria and I love you. He's also come to conflict with Taskmaster with an army of nukes, which I love. That's an amazing concept. And on top of that, in the last issue, Alexander Lukin, one of Captain America's worst enemies, has finally come back. He has returned, and him and the rest are once again jointed into one person, or at least that's what it implied. And this issue is basically dealing with Alexander Lukin coming back, what his life is like now that he's back from the grave. And guys, it's a great story. I love what they're doing in Captain America right now. Ta-Nehisi Coates is doing a pretty good job, and this issue I have to give a 9 out of 10. Next up, we got a lackluster series, I'm not gonna lie, and it's right here, Tony Stark Iron Man issue number 6 and Tony Stark Iron Man issue number 7. Now, as I've stated in the last few videos covering this story, Tony Stark has released something called The Escape, where basically, if you've seen Ready Player One, it's literally like that. It's a virtual reality game where players can go in and just get away from the real world. They can build their own character, they can go on adventures, and it's a pretty cool thing to do. It's a pretty cool, you know, concept to bounce off of from the movie into the comics. And Dan Slott's been doing a fun job with it, not a great job, he's doing a fun job with it. And what conspired in issue number 5 is one of Iron Man's oldest enemies, the Controller, has sent a virus throughout the game, and basically all the players in the game that like curse a lot, that break a lot of the violations, the Controller has basically assembled them, has basically recruited them into killing people in the real world. And what they think they're doing is, as they're killing people in the real world, they think they're just playing the game. They think that they're just playing the virtual reality game. That's not real. That they're just sitting here killing monsters and ghosts. But no, they're actually really killing people in the real world. I like that concept. That's actually really cool. And this is basically Iron Man trying to deal with that. And the conclusion of the story, I think, is going to be the next one, which is going to be issue number 8. That has an amazing cover. I'll show it right here. It has such an amazing cover. If you know Iron Man, then you know that he used to be an alcoholic. They used to have drinking problems. And I think that's going to play a toll into the story. I think it's going to be great. I'm happy to see, them bringing back Tony Stark's alcoholism, because it shows that he's just a real person, that he goes through real life struggles like we all do. And like I said, for the most part, this series has been kind of a lackluster. It's been kind of random stories. But then again, Dan Slott did promise for it to be like Black Mirror, where every issue is going to be a different story. He kept up with that promise, but at the same time, he didn't. Anyways, these two issues, since they're both basically just playing the story about Controller taking over the Escape and making people kill real people in real life, I'd probably have to give these two issues combined in a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have Fantastic Four, issue number 4 and issue number 5. Now, issue number 4 was basically Marvel's family coming, basically finally them coming together. Finally, the Fantastic Four is standing side by side once again, living together and being a family again. Now, that's something that us Marvel fans have been waiting for years and years and years, and it's finally happened, and it's great. I like it. I like it a lot. I love Marvel's first family. I love the Fantastic Four. I'm a huge fan of them. And right here in issue number 5, which was the 650th issue, the Thing finally gets married to his long lover, Alicia Masters. This is a big deal. But you know what's complete bullshit? That this comic costs $7.99. Yeah, let this sink in. I spent $8 on a whole entire comic book. Now, this was a great issue. It was. It was a beautiful issue. It was. I enjoyed it. I loved it. But there was no reason for it to be $7.99. There really wasn't. There was no reason for it to be this big, this thick, so expensive. There's no reason at all. I liked it. I did. Just no reason at all. Anyways, this issue gets an 8 out of 10. This issue gets a 10 out of 10. It was expensive, but it was good. Next up, we have the best book coming out of Marvel, and that is right here, Immortal Hulk issue number 9, issue number 10, and issue number 11. Basically, what's been going on in the Immortal Hulk story is one of the Hulk's oldest enemies, or organization enemies, named Shadow Base, has been coming back towards the Hulk. And they sent in Absorbing Man, one of his oldest and worst foes. They sent in Absorbing Man to go capture him, but they gave him a little upgrade. Long story short, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. But it was a great fight scene. It was a great fight scene. It really was. And it showed such a horrific image. You know, just some disturbing content we played right here. Absorbing Man gets ripped in half and is showing right now. Oh, look at that. That's disgusting, man. Good God. It was great though. It was a great fight scene. And so basically, at the end of issue 10, they go to hell. Yeah. The Immortal Hulk and Absorbing Man, their fight somehow takes them to hell. In issue number 11, he's kind of trying to find himself out of hell. It's great, guys. There's some great shit going on right now. And Al Ewing is writing the best comic book coming out of Marvel Comics. You know, hands down. Hands down the best comic book coming out of Marvel Comics, the Immortal Hulk. You definitely got to go check it out, guys. I highly recommend this. Go buy issue number 1 and keep buying the issues. These are not $7.99. These are $3.99 each, guys. They are really, really fucking good. Go check it out. I give all 3 issues a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. I told you before, every single issue in the series is going to get a 10 out of 10 from me. It's really good. Next up, we have another one of Marvel's best books coming out, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, issue number 9. Now, this is a really good series. This is a really good book. Mark Waid's doing some phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal things with the Sorcerer Supreme. Ever since his movie came out, Marvel's been taking it a little more serious. Marvel's finally giving him more ongoing series, and they've been really good. They've been really fucking good, and this is no exception to it. And of all people, Mark Waid is writing it. I don't like Mark Waid, but he's doing really good things on the Doctor Strange book. He really is. Basically, in this one, it's kind of, from his past. This is a story from his past. Now, he lives on Bleecker Street. I don't know if that's a real street in New York. I just know that in the comics, he lives on Bleecker Street. Him and his Sanctum Sanctorum are located on Bleecker Street. And there's this company. That was trying, to tear down all the houses, including the Sanctum Sanctorum, on Bleecker Street so they can build bigger buildings and more corporations over there. But Doctor Strange basically told them no, and then he pulled some magic wiggy stuff on them, showed them stuff that they didn't want to see that involved magic, and they're like, you know what, we'll leave you alone. We will. But then years later, they come back, they attack Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange puts them in their place, like, you can't beat me, this is my place, this is my home, I love the people here, you need to pack your bags and get the fuck out. And it was a great story, guys. It was truly a great story. Issue number 9. You need to check the series out, guys. This also gets a 10 out of 10 for me. Doctor Strange has been at the peak of his comic book career. He really has been. go check it out. Next up, we have an issue that I was very excited to read right here. Champions issue number 1, the relaunch for the Champions franchise. Now, a relaunch is not a reboot. That's what people need to understand. A relaunch is basically restarting the series to an issue number 1. All continuity is still the same. All characters are still the same. Whatever happened in the last series still happened. They're just starting off at another issue number 1 and kicking off another series. This is not a reboot. This is a relaunch. Whoever says it's a reboot, you need to look at them and say they're stupid. But this is really good, guys. Basically, the Champions have expanded. They've added more people to their roster. And they're already a big team, but now they've grown even bigger to more of the teenage superheroes in Marvel. And this is a really good book, guys. It's definitely a perfect jumping on point for fans that haven't read the recent Champion series. Like me, I haven't read the recent Champion series, but I jumped onto this one because I heard the recent one was really, really good. And I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm a huge teenage superhero fan of the Marvel Universe. I am. I love it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And this issue, I give about 8 out of 10. I'm not going to tell you what happens in it because I really just want you to read it. It's really good, guys. Issue number 1, give it 8 out of 10. Next up, we have what basically took the majority of the stack. It has Uncanny X-Men 1, Uncanny X-Men 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Basically, the Uncanny X-Men have returned. Now, the X-Men have always been around, but now they are under their main title. The main title being Uncanny X-Men. Now, Uncanny X-Men has always been the leading book of the X-Men franchise. Always has been. And this is like issue number 620. Realistically. Now, this is a great series. It is a great series. I think it's a perfect jumping on point for people that have been kind of confused about the past X-Men franchise, what they've been doing with the X-Men these past few years. This is a perfect jumping on point. I love this series. I really do. They're doing great things with this series. Now you might be asking, Jose, why is there so many Uncanny X-Men books? Why are they already on issue number 8 when Captain America's been out since July and he's barely on issue number 6? Well, let me answer you that. They've been since the Uncanny X-Men book has returned as the main X-Men book. They've been doing a 10 issue weekly special, where basically an issue will come out every single week for the next 10 weeks since this dropped. So it's been, I think issue number 10 drops tomorrow. So for the past 8-9 weeks, issues number 1 all the way to number 9 have been dropping every single week. Now, they did that with a recent story called Avengers No Surrender that turned out to be a real good success, so they jumped on that and did this. Now, the only problem I have with this book is that it's once again $7.99. I love Marvel, but yeesh, another $7.99 book. Like, that's just, you're killing me, dude. You really fucking are. Like, I'm not down with the $7.99. I'm not. I don't like buying an $8 comic book. Especially just because it's a thick book. Just because there's too many pages. Not because something significant happens, but because there's too many pages. I don't like that. But it's a good story, so I'm going to forgive them for that. I definitely highly recommend this. Basically what it's about is Nathaniel Gray coming back. X-Men has returned, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, but Legion has also returned. X-Men has basically come. He comes with his horsemen. I think it's like it's supposed to be like a Horseman of Apocalypse type of idea, but except they're good guys, but they're not good guys at the same time. It's a little confusing. Basically, the Horsemen are Magneto, Blob, Omega Red, and Archangel. Now, Archangel is a regular member for the X-Men, but those three that I listed off, Blob, Magneto, and Omega Red, those are X-Men villains. Now, it's not answered as to how they became the Horsemen of X-Men. They just did. It just happened. But basically, X-Men has come and he told the X-Men that, I'm going to kill you guys, and I'm going to kill a lot of other people because I'm trying to make peace in this world, and that's the only way it can. If you guys are dead, and so are they. So that's what I'm going to do. So X-Men are like, hold up. No, you're not. We're going to stop you. And as they're trying to stop them, they realize Legion is the only guy that can stop X-Men, because X-Men is really fucking powerful. He really is. If you want to talk about an OP character, X-Men is an OP character. and then they realize Legion is the only one that can take care of him, but then Legion ends up being bad. I think in the last issue, in issue number 8, I think basically X-Men took over Legion's mind, and now they're both one of the same, and now X-Men is using Legion to take care of the X-Men. So I'm excited to pick up issue 9 and 10 Thursday, because that's when I get paid. I highly recommend you read Uncanny X-Men. Of course, if you don't want to spend $7.99 on a comic book, that's okay. I completely understand. But it's a really great series, guys. I'm excited to see where Uncanny X-Men goes from here. I'm excited to see where the X-Men franchise goes from here. And let's just see what happens. I'm really excited. You know, it's a very exciting time to be a Marvel fan. You know, they're coming back. All the OGs are back. Every single one of them. The big three is back. The Avengers is once again a big deal. The Uncanny X-Men title is back. The X-Men are once again a big deal. And this is a great time to be a Marvel fan, guys. It really is. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it a lot. I really do. You know, this series right here is starting to get a little more. It's starting to get very positive reviews. I'm so happy you guys dig it. I really am. I'm so happy you guys like watching me talk about comic books and showing you what I pick up every single week. And sometime this week I'm going to be picking up the past 2 weeks comic books, so this week's and last week's comic books, and I'm gonna be posting up a pull list this weekend as well, maybe even a little earlier. We'll see how that goes. And also sometime next week or the week after, I'm going to be doing a full coverage and a full review of Infinity Countdown and Infinity Wars written by Gary Dugan. Look, check it out, guys. This right here is the entire event of Infinity Countdown and Infinity Wars written by Gary Dugan. This story started up back in June, I believe, and it's January, and it just now ended. It's really good, guys. Gary Dugan is a really good writer. I think he's one of Marvel's better writers. He took over the Guardians of the Galaxy book after Brian Bendis, I think, and he's been doing great things that led straight into Infinity Countdown and then led straight into Infinity Wars. Basically, the point of the story was the Infinity Shards coming back, the Infinity Stones coming back after they've been shattered a long time ago. And this is definitely a story you need to check out. It is, guys. It's a great story. It's a lot of issues. I'm struggling trying to keep them in place right now. It's a lot of issues, but it's really good story, guys. It's a really great story, and I'm going to be doing coverage and review on it sometime next week or the week after, so stay tuned for that. It's my birthday this week, guys. On the 17th, this Thursday is my birthday. So, you know, if you want to wish me happy birthday, that's cool. You know, do it. Drop it in the comments. Send me a DM. Send me a text message. You know, I definitely appreciate you guys' support and what I've been doing for the past few years. It all started back junior year when I first entered a video production class, and then I just grew from my football promo all the way up to some of the projects I've been doing now. And I thank you guys for your support. I thank you guys for everything you've done. For all the ones who have shared it, for all my friends who let me know that they're sharing it with their college mates. You know, it's such an invigorating feeling, guys. I really love it whenever you tell me that type of stuff. I really do, and I'm so happy you all enjoy what I post on this channel. I am. So anyways, I will catch you guys later this week, maybe next week or the week after. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for tuning into this other episode of Marvel Pull List. Make sure you go watch the Secret Empire links I will leave down below. Make sure you go watch Leakee episode number 4. Part 1 is done. Part 1 has officially dropped. No more. Part 2 will be coming out later on this year. I don't know when, but I will give you a coverage date whenever I can. So yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Don't know what to tell you, but hell yeah, devil lies.